Did y'all know that this month marks the 70th anniversary of a New Zealand beekeeper named Edmund Hillary climbing Mount Everest for the first time in the history of the world? Mount Everest is just over 29,000 feet high. If you've ever been to Mount Cheaha in Alabama, which I live close to for about another week, you would have to take 12 Mount Cheahas and stack them on top of each other to be as high as Mount Everest. The wind blows at an average of 100 miles an hour. It gets as cold as 70 degrees below zero. There's an average of 30 feet of snow on Mount Everest. And most people think there are between 200 and 300 human bodies that are forever buried in ice because they tried and failed to get to the top. Well, the story goes in the early 1950s, Edmund Hillary attended the funeral of a friend who died trying to climb Mount Everest. And he spoke at the funeral, and what he said was, Mount Everest, we tried to conquer you once, and we failed. We tried to conquer you a second time and a third time, and again we failed. But one day we will beat you, Everest, because you cannot grow any bigger, but we can. And then May 29th, 1953, he became one of the first two people to stand atop Mount Everest. I heard that story, and the first thing I thought was, quotes like that, I wonder if they really happened or if history kind of worked them in, but we'll assume it happened. He definitely was the first person to climb it. But the first thing I thought was, what incredible determination, right? What a positive attitude. What determination to go out and do what no one else has done before. I love, those are goosebump stories, right? They're awesome. But the second thing I thought was, as Christians, we have access to something even greater than that kind of determination. Jesus said, Mark 11:23, truly I say to you, whoever says to this mountain, be taken up and thrown into the sea, and does not doubt in his heart, but believes that what he says will come to pass, it will be done for him. Therefore, I tell you, whatever you ask in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours. Now, as I look around our group of 15 and those of you watching online, we may not have many mountain climbers here in the room. Kim, if you've never seen the pictures, Kim used to climb mountains, or at least rock climb, when she lived in Colorado, so we're going to need to see those, Kim. But we all face mountains. And sometimes I think the mountains we face in our marriages, with our kids, at work, in the church, feel a lot bigger maybe than even climbing a physical mountain. And I don't know about you, but when I face moments or mountains like that, my tendency is more determination, work harder, follow the process, do the right things. And Jesus says, hey, if you're a child of God, how about you invite God into the picture? Because he's the one who can move that mountain. Paul said, Ephesians 3:20, he can do exceedingly above what we ask or think. So the simple thought for today is, next time you're in that moment, yes, go to God's word, study it. There are principles there. There are lives of people who have gone before us, and we can learn a lot from them. Yes, talk to the people around you who have gone down that path and get the wisdom that you can. Yes, don't get bogged down with a negative attitude. Stay positive. Focus on the big picture. All those things are true, but don't forget, before, while, and after you do those things, go to God. Say, God, here's what I need. Because why climb a mountain when God can straight up move that mountain out of the way? Thank y'all for joining us. We look forward to seeing you soon at Crossroads Church.